In the journey of life, and in relationships in particular, we face challenges, questions, and blockheads where we find that we don't know a way forward. Ask Guru Helen is a podium where we answer questions and give directions so that we can maneuver those journey challenges in marriage and relationships. Hi, my name is Helen, and welcome to today's Ask Guru Helen. Hi, welcome to today's Q&A. Our question today is about communicating bad news to your spouse. A client has asked me a question that, how do I break the news that I have resigned from my job? How do I break the news that I've quit my job? Or still, how do I communicate to my wife that I've been fired? Or I have a conflict in my job place. Now, it is about how you have been communicating even the good news. Communication is very important about your feelings, things that happen in your life, things that happen in your job place with your spouse. Why? Because your spouse, one of her jobs or his jobs is communicating with you. It's about sharing. It's about becoming partners, backing each other up. It's the kind of a relationship where you say, I got your back, I got your back, I can take care of you, I will support you in whatever decisions that you make. Now, when you have been fired or you have quit a job, maybe there was too much stress or there was too much conflict or there was undue pressure and you felt that it was making you as a husband, a parent, or a spouse not to perform well in your duties. I would not wish for my spouse to work in a place where he is not happy unless he wants. But the thing is, if he is stressed at work, it will come home. And I will also end up being the person to be emptied on all that stress. It is inevitable. If I work in a stressful situation, I most probably will project to my family and first of all to my husband, because he's the first line of distressing that I have. So when you have such bad news that you've been fired or you've stopped working, it is just as easy as going to tell your spouse, well, you've had a bad day, you've been having challenges, you've not been happy with what you've been going through, and you're wishing to explore other options. You want to explore other options. You just don't go and tell her or him, oh, I just quit the job and I want to stay at home. Definitely that will bring in issues. Yeah, it will bring issues, very deep ones. Do not just tell the person that you love that you're quitting to not have another plan. You should have a backup plan when you break this news. So the first line is, say the situation as it is. You have been going through this stress or you've had this conflict and you've not been being at peace in your mind and you're not happy with what you're doing. So either due to the conflict you are fired or due to the stress you opted to resign, and give the way forward. That way she or he will be prepared to help you go through the transition. But when you don't tell your spouse just what's been happening, what's been going on, you've just been keeping it to yourself, and then one day you just come home and say, oh honey, I quit my job. That's going to be interesting. It's going to have a very, very interesting communication and repercussions. Yeah, because you'll have to explain why you did it, why you didn't tell her or him that you've been going through stress, and what are you planning now, how come you never shared, and it will start unearthing so many problems and stories. So learn to communicate regularly and prepare your spouse for your next step. Should it be just all of a sudden that you've lost your job? Let her know and know that it's none of your fault. You did not contribute to the reason that you've been fired. You didn't even know, you were not prepared for that. But do not just stop there. Start planning. If you need your spouse's help to plan the next step after losing the current job, ask. You're not a custodian of all information. That's why he or she, your spouse, is your teammate. In such situations, you need to be a team so that there is not friction, because there are bills to be paid. If you have children, there's children to be fed, and there's so many things to be done. Life has to go on. So let your spouse know every detail if possible, about your job situation. Good luck.